you to make it. That way we all have a birdie then.
Yeah.
No pressure, huh?
No, there's no pressure.
Way to put me on blast on camera.
Hey, everybody that got a birdie, raise their hand. Oh, okay, 2 of us did. Okay.
That's what happens when you get paired up with randoms.
What's up, guys? Roberto Rosas with the Dormied Academy. I had a really fun time playing Strawberry Farms last week out in Irvine with my cousin Daniel and a random third person that we got paired up with. I busted out the camera for the back nine, and I figured I'd share some thoughts on what I think it takes to shoot around par as a recreational golfer like myself. Nothing groundbreaking here, but shooting par, or at least breaking 80 consistently, comes down to really avoiding 3-putts and eliminating compounded errors. So let's take a look on how I did that in this race.
Beauty.
As you can see, a lot of trouble off the tee here, so I actually decided to go with a bunted driver to keep it to around 250 yards, and unfortunately came up on a divot here, but at least I only have 112 yards to the pin here, so the priority is clean contact and getting it on the green. So didn't get too mad at the circumstances, and just took a confident swing to get it on the green.
Say what up, Daniel.
What up? Get my game going. Getting our 1 round a year in.
We got lucky with Jim here. He was a really cool guy to play with, but regardless, if you're playing out there and you don't like who you got paired up with, suck it up, deal with it, because you're going to be stuck with them for 4 hours. So it's all about the mindset, especially when it comes to having fun on the course, which will obviously translate to better scores.
I got a huge backstop. Last thing I want to do is leave it short. Got it there for sure.
Had a horrible first putt, but you know you gotta shrug it off because we gotta come back here. And luckily I made it. Typically 160 is my full 8 iron, but there's a bit of windage in my face, so I'm gonna keep it down with a 7 instead.
Yeah, flirting with danger, huh? So instead of taking that full 8 iron, we want to knock down 7, and the wind never came into play. Little long.
So another bad lag putt, but remember the name of the game is avoiding 3 putts, so we gotta make sure we get our head of the game for this comebacker.
Well, that's how you take care of it.
Flirting with it.
I like my fairways open with a fairway on either side, so
Yeah.
this one only has a fairway left, unfortunately.
I was missing it left most of this round, and I know a lot of it has to do with me slowing the body down and flipping the hands at the last second. But on the golf course we're playing golf and not golf swings, so we gotta let those swing thoughts stay at the range and acknowledge the miss, and then just work on it when we can, when we're back at the range. I'm limping a little bit on this hole, so for my next shot, 240 yards out, my goal is to just keep it in play. And good thing I have the hooks, because otherwise this would have been in the trash.
Got the pin right under a ridge here. So the best we can do is leave it up on that slope and let it come back down.
The first thing to go when you haven't played in a while is your feel around the greens, so I like to keep a lot of movement in my feet for my short game shots.
Come on. Oh, how do you leave it short? You were like...
That was quite a disastrous hole, but one putt can make all the difference.
Great ball, Daniel.
Oh, it came back? Ball.
You're up there.
So I hit a
Yeah, you hit it. Bounce back in.
hit a tree and bounced back in, huh? Luck of the draw today.
With that lucky bounce, we're sitting at about 160 yards out with a pretty wet lie. So I'm going to put the ball a little bit further back in my stance just to make sure I catch the ball first.
So I'd rather 30 feet for birdie than chipping for par.
With putts like this where I'm flirting with having to play it out on the fringe, the whole goal is to just get it within 3 feet because you guessed it, trying to avoid those 3 putts.
I don't think I can lose the hole here. Don't think that much.
Another narrow tee shot, and I haven't had a lot of luck with the driver, so I'm gonna go with my 3-iron here. For shots like this, even though it's 135 yards, which is usually my pitching wedge, I like to go back to shots that bring back really good memories, which means that for me, instead of going with my full pitching wedge, I'm actually going to knock down a 9, because that brings back some good memories from previous shots, so I'm going to knock it down. Sometimes it's better to go with a shot you're comfortable with, rather than the shot on paper.
Wow. We need you to make it. That way we all have a birdie then.
Yeah, pressure, huh?
No, there's no pressure.
Way to put me on blast on camera.
Hey, everybody that got a birdie, raise their hand. Oh, okay, 2 of us did. Okay.
That's what happens when you get paired up with randoms.
Pulled it a little bit again, but luckily it hit the green and only rolled off slightly instead of kicking off into the hazard. So I'm facing a pretty simple uphill chip now for my birdie. That bogey crept up on me, but got a chance right here to let it rip with the driver.
drinking after it?
I know it, man. Lee Trevino. Ooh, no, that's Gary Palmer.
I've got 210 to the flag uphill and 175 to carry the hazard, so I'm going to take a 4-iron because I know that'll clear the hazard and won't go too far over if I hit it really well. I went right under it and hit it high in the face, so it made it a lot harder to make birdie at this hole.
Got another shot at birdie. Team 3 under there.
Wow.
Not bad. Front pin. Alright, I'll take it.
Even though I've had some pretty bad lag putts, I'm still even par to this point, all because of putting and because I've avoided 3-putt. So still got a chance to shoot under par going into the final hole. Another hook with the driver, but we were planning on hitting it less than full speed here, and luckily we aimed far enough right that we still kept it in the fairway. If you've noticed off to the right there, I actually haven't hit that many special full swings, but the important thing to keep in mind is that I haven't hit more bad swings than good swings. I haven't hit more bad putts than good putts, and I've kept the good and bad chips at around even. So the key here is to keep that delta between the good and bad as close to 0 as possible.
You have something to say for the fans after that shot?
Yeah, it's great to be retired.
So a lot of hopes entering this hole. Hoping for a birdie.
For the birdie. You can, cut out the rest of it. Hey, a lot of fun, guys. I never know who I'm going to join. I know who I'm going to join. You never know. A lot of dicks out there. Glad there was only one this time. You guys figured that one out.
Spent the whole ride home figuring that one out.